Have you ever heard the tale of the woman who crossed the seas, leaving behind her home in Italy to chase the whispers of Africa? They say she was drawn by stories of golden sunsets, thundering herds, and the songs of a people whose spirit was as vast as the savanna itself. But what she found was more than just adventure. She found love, destiny, and a life forever bound, a heartbeat of Africa. Long, long ago, when the winds carried whispers of distant lands and stories traveled across seas and mountains, there lived a beautiful Italian woman named Isabella. She was unlike the other women of her village. While many were content with their gardens and the safety of their homes, Isabella's heart longed for something greater, a mystery, an adventure, a world beyond her own. She would often sit by the harbor, listening to sailors speak of faraway places. But there was one land, one name, that set her soul on fire whenever she heard it: Africa. They spoke of Africa with reverence and wonder, a land where the sunset painted the sky in gold and crimson, where wild animals roamed freely across endless plains, and where the people held ancient wisdom in their songs and stories. And so, Isabella whispered to herself, "One day, I will see this Africa with my own eyes." Years passed, and Isabella's dream grew stronger. She saved what she could, prepared herself, and one bright morning, she set sail across the vast sea. The voyage was long, the ocean untamed, but her heart remained steadfast. At last, the day came. From the deck of the ship, she saw it, the coastline of Africa, glowing under the sun like a jewel of the earth. The scent of wild earth filled the air, and a warm breeze carried with it the rhythm of distant drums. Isabella stepped onto the land, her heart racing with excitement. Everywhere she went, she was greeted with warmth and curiosity. The African people welcomed her, offering food, songs, and laughter. She tasted flavors she had never known before: roasted maize, sweet honey, and the rich aroma of spice stew cooked in clay pots over open fires. But it was not only the people who amazed her. The land itself seemed alive. She watched herds of elephants moving gracefully, their tusks shining like ivory moons. She saw lions resting beneath the acacia trees, their golden eyes watching with silent power. She marveled at giraffes stretching their necks to nibble leaves from the highest branches, and at night, she gazed upon a sky so full of stars, it felt as though the heavens had bent down to meet the earth. Her heart whispered, This is the Africa I dreamed of." One evening, as Isabella walked near the edge of Savanna, she heard the sound of drums echoing through the air. She followed the music and found herself in a village where the people danced in a circle around a fire. At the center stood a tall African man, his voice strong as he told a story passed down from his ancestors. His name was Kweku, a respected man in his village, known for his wisdom, kindness, and courage. His eyes, dark and deep, seemed to hold secrets as old as the earth itself. When their eyes met, Isabella felt her heart stumble. Kweku, too, looked at her with wonder, for he had never seen a woman so fair, with eyes that sparkled like the morning sky. The villagers welcomed her, and from that night on, Isabella found herself returning to listen to Kweku's stories. He spoke of the spirit of the lion, the wisdom of the elephant, and the courage of the ancestors. And though their languages were different, their hearts understood each other. Days turned into weeks. Isabella and Kweku began to walk the savannah together, sharing stories of their worlds. She told him of Italy, of vineyards that stretched across rolling hills, of snowy mountains and bell towers that rang at dawn. Kweku showed her the ways of Africa, how to read the footprint of animals on the dusty ground, how to listen to the wind to know when the rains would come, and how to honor the ancestors by pouring water to the earth in remembrance. They laughed together, shared meals under the moonlight, and slowly, something deeper grew between them. The villagers saw it too, how their eyes lit up when they looked at each other, how their footsteps always seemed to find one another. But as with all great tales, not everything was simple. One day, dark clouds gathered over Savanna. A great drought threatened the land. Rivers shrank, crops withered, and animals grew restless. The villagers worried, for without rain, their people would suffer. It was then that Kweku, guided by the elders, prepared a sacred ritual to call upon the spirits of the ancestors. The whole village gathered, and Isabella, though an outsider, was invited to witness. As the drums beat and the chants rose to the heavens, Isabella felt something stir within her. She knelt beside Kweku and whispered, "If your people suffer, I suffer too. If this is my home now, then let me share in its trials." The villagers were moved. That night, as the fire burned and prayers rose, the skies finally broke open. Rain poured onto the thirsty earth, soaking the land, and the people rejoiced. Many whispered that Isabella was blessed by the spirits, for her heart had chosen Africa, and Africa had chosen her. Not long after, beneath the ancient baobab tree, a tree older than memory itself, Kweku took Isabella's hand. With the village gathered and the savannah stretching endlessly around them, he asked her to be his wife. Isabella, her eyes filled with tears of joy, said yes. The people sang, the drums echoed, and the animals of the wild seemed to bless the union. A lion roared in the distance, as if to say, "So it is." And so, under the endless African skies, Isabella, the woman from far across the seas, and Kweku, the guardian of his people, were bound together. Their love became a bridge between two worlds, a reminder that destiny knows no borders, and that the heart always finds its true home. And that, dear listeners, is the tale of Isabella and Kweku, the Italian woman who followed her dream and found love, not only with a man, but with an entire land. To this day, the people of the savannah tell her story whenever the stars shine brightly, reminding us that Africa is not just a place, but a spirit that lives in the heart of all who embrace it. For where love and destiny meet, even the winds of Savanna will carry the story for generations to come.